Hello everyone. Today we have another knowledge-based question from aerodynamics. Now let's read through the following question. The X momentum equation for a 3D flow is given as follows. Name the physical phenomenon represented in the first, second, third, fourth terms in the equation. Once again, the X momentum equation of a 3D flow is given as follows. Name all the physical entities from this particular equation. Don't let us forget that this particular equation is called the Navier-Stokes equation, surrounding the boundary layer of a flow over a particular aerofoil or a flat plate. Now, from the question, we are asked to name all the physical phenomena that from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From the Navier-Stokes equation entity which we are given here, you can deduce that du dx, which is 1, equals the inertia. Which is a physical phenomenon represented in this particular equation. It represents the rate of change of the component of velocity with respect to time, and it captures the acceleration of the fluid flow in x or y or z direction over time. So the phenomenon physical property here is inertia, and the physical property here is convention. This represents the flow velocity in x direction which is affected by the spatial variation of the x velocity itself. It indicates the flow velocity is changing due to transport of fluid along the x direction. The third physical phenomenon, which is number 3, is pressure variation. This term represents the pressure gradient force in the x direction. It accounts for the change in pressure with respect to the x coordinate. The negative sign indicates that the force acts in the opposite direction of the increasing pressure, causing the fluid or flow from the higher pressure regions to the lower pressure regions. The fourth physical phenomenon entity from the Navier-Stokes, which is number 4, is diffusion. This represents the diffusion of viscosity term. It accounts for the diffusion momentum on the x and y direction in this particular equation, because we have the x and the y direction. The coefficient mu here represents the kinematic viscosity of the fluid. Now to the fifth physical phenomenon property here, which is number 5. It's called the body force. That is, this is the body force. It represents the acceleration due to gravity on the x direction of the fluid flow. It accounts for the vertical component gravity that influences the fluid flow in the x direction. So the overall entity for this particular equation is what we call the Navier-Stokes under boundary layer equation. Thank you for staying tuned.